What about relationships? And of course, one of the biggest things that happens within such a period of self-exploration is that I begin to see in what way I can enhance relationships that are already okay, or even relationships that are very good. I can still find ways to enhance them. And this time of rest for the body, rest for the mind, isn't just illness that's come, it's come as an opportunity to explore what's going on within. And so I look at relationships. Is there a particular relationship or some relationships that are causing me stress? Well, why is that so? Can I do things differently so that I'm not stressed by those relationships? A relationship should be an exchange of happiness and respect and love. But maybe I don't respect that individual. And so I'm not able to have an exchange of happiness with them. And within maybe a minute of a normal conversation, the conversation has become a critical one. And it's not very pleasant. Let me take a pause from relationships that are toxic and explore, why is this happening? What can I learn about myself from this? One thing is for sure, I cannot make someone else change. Have you ever tried it? You probably have, but it doesn't work, does it? I cannot change them. I have to accept them as they are. And if through God's grace, through my change, my transformation, and my capacity to accept them as they are, maybe that will become a trigger, a stimulus for them to change in the future. I don't know when, I don't know how long it's going to take. But what I can do is change myself, my thoughts and feelings and attitude about them. So my vision towards them changes and everything else is going to work out. Might not work out instantly. You plant seeds and you don't expect to get instant results. The seed is going to need the time in the ground to be still, to be silent, to absorb the nutrients, to absorb the warmth of the soil within, to absorb the water, whatever it is. And then at some point you'll see the tiny little shoots come out. And they were alive. While in the ground, it seemed as if nothing was happening. And if I go poking around and dig around and say, what's happening, what's happening? Nothing is going to happen because the seed's been disturbed. But if I'm patient and let the seed settle, then it's going to start germinating, it'll sprout, and yes, maybe the results that I'm seeking will appear. And so with relationships, I can't rush things, especially if it's a long-standing issue. If I've known somebody only for a short time and the interaction is only of a short time, maybe I can do the repair work more quickly, but maybe not. Who knows? But the point is that I do what I can do in terms of sending out pure thoughts, good feelings, and good wishes for them. I nurture this, and those vibrations are surely impacting that individual. And who knows how long, but at some point, I'll begin to see a change. Well, first thing is that I'll begin to be more peaceful and calm. Because if I'm getting irritated and upset, I'm draining myself of my energy. And especially if it was during a time of sickness that I'm now exploring and not sorting out relationships, then it's going to add to the burden of the illness that I already have. And so, no, it's not a setback. Neither is the illness a setback, nor is the breakdown in relationship a setback. It's come to teach me what I need to do. And so, let me learn to move forward. Maybe I need to forgive them. Maybe I seek their forgiveness very consciously. I go to them and seek it. And maybe that's not possible anymore. Who knows where they are and what's going on. But for me to forgive the mistake they have made is one thing. But when I've made a mistake, can I seek forgiveness for that? And can I forgive myself? Can I be honest with myself and say, well, I now realize what it is I did do that I shouldn't, or I didn't do what I should, and try and sort that out. Illness has given me a break away from my normal routine, a chance to explore. But maybe the illness is not my setback. It's just the breakdown of communication and relationship. And yes, that keeps happening. And so can I explore that? I need to give myself time to reflect and see what is going on in all of this. But also, first and foremost, am I ready to accept responsibility? Remember that straight line? My thoughts and feelings and the world that I create? It is my creation. It's not a burden to consider that. It's just clarity. And through that clarity, there's freedom. So can I have a look inside and say, I'm ready to accept my part within this whole story. And the aha moment will come. And I'll be able to say, now I understand. And once I say that, the impossible becomes possible. I understand, I realize, and I take power from the source, from the divine, to be able to change myself. And so here's my new attitude, my new vision. And of course, it's visible to them. They can feel it, it reaches them. Maybe it's able to touch them in a very external way also. But accepting responsibility for my situation is the important factor. Anytime I find myself pointing my finger out there, it's their fault because they did this, because they shouldn't have done this. But hey, watch it. One finger out there and 3 fingers are pointing at me. Can I remember that? It was Mahatma Gandhi who made us aware of this. One finger out there is 3 fingers pointing at the self. Maybe there's been a problem in my career. Maybe it's a breakdown of relationship somewhere. So let me go through that process and see why that relationship broke down. Maybe it was because I was too ambitious. Do I recognize my own ego? Maybe it was because I was too competitive. And maybe I can't even find a fault with myself and say, well, genuinely, it wasn't my fault. Honestly, I'm exploring things and I'm saying it's not my fault. But my career certainly has had a huge setback. Can I turn it around? Can I take it as a little bit of time off, that's offering me an opportunity to go inside and see what the next step in my journey has to be. Maybe this break is giving me a signal that I went along a particular track and I did the best that I could and I received the rewards of that, but then something happened and it came to a standstill. Maybe it's a new door that's opening. When one door shuts, there's always a new door that opens. Can I have the faith, the courage, and the belief, the trust that there will be something good that comes out of this? I feel secure and safe, knowing that with this very special help that I can tap into, enables me to deal with the situations that lie ahead. We've been through a period of darkness in which we did things that we didn't understand. We didn't know the impact of our actions on the world around us. But today, knowing all that, with the power of divine love that flows from up above, I can share that love with my human family. I can also send out those vibrations of love to the amazing array of all species of life around me. I can send that love to the very elements of the earth and nature itself. The power of this love repairs, restores, and energizes the entire system. The system of human activity, biodiversity, and the world at large. The power of this love is able to re-energize human beings, all living creatures, and nature itself. And as we go through this transformation, we know that there is a better future shining ahead of all of us.